Good morning. I am Bob Hardy with my wife Diane. Welcome to the Unity of Walnut Creek service.
And I am Diane Hardy. Welcome to our service.
It's been since early March since we've been in this sanctuary, so it's nice to be here with you all. Thank you for joining us.
It's so nice to be in our spiritual home, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. In our house today, we have John Nichols on sound and switch, Sherry Dyer on the camera, and Annie Lavaliers, who is our production manager. Thank you so much to everyone on the technical crew. We're pleased to have extraordinary musicians supporting our service today. And I just wanted to give you a little introduction to Bob and myself. We've been attending Unity for over 35 years, and we started attending a church that was led by Phil and Dorothy Pearson.
And Dorothy Pearson was originally trained by Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founder himself, way back in the day. We really enjoyed spending time with them both when we were attending that church.
Not only that, but Phil and Dorothy produced a show called The Best Is Yet to Be for over 25 years. And we noticed that Unity is always on the cutting edge of producing technological ways for us to bring our service to you. Bob was inspired to become a licensed Unity teacher and is now an ordained interfaith minister. He will be leading us through our message and our meditation. I've always enjoyed participating in the music programs of the churches we've attended, and I know the power of music in all of our services and programs. So now let's begin with some music. I invite you all to join us in singing our opening song.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to be walking on the path with you. So let's sing a song by Erin McGaughan called When I Walk. I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the Holy Spirit. When I walk. Do that again. When I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the Holy Spirit. When I walk. When I move. When I move in the Spirit. I move in the Holy Spirit. When I move, sing that again now. When I move in the Spirit. I move in the Holy Spirit. When I move, get real soft for pray. When I pray in the Spirit. I pray in the Holy Spirit. When I pray. When I pray. When I pray in the Spirit. I pray in the Holy Spirit. When I pray. When I talk. When I talk, I'm talking to Spirit. I'm talking to Holy Spirit. When I talk. When I talk, I'm talking to Spirit. I'm talking to Holy Spirit. When I talk. When I walk. When I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the Holy Spirit. When I walk. When I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the Holy Spirit. When I walk. When I talk. When I pray, when I walk.
Thank you for that great music. Now let us ground in unity. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness. Our mission is who we have come here to be. Let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are with us for the first time, welcome. You are invited to fill out a connection card. You can find the connection card on our website on the Watch Live page. You may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week. You can also request more information and offer feedback. Now let's go to the home of the Snordum Phelps and find out what's going on in our community this week.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and I'm here to tell you about everything that's happening at Unity of Walnut Creek. As you probably know, our classes and events are currently held online and by phone on Zoom. We have several activities to highlight this week. Would you like to learn more about Unity beliefs, principle, and history? Join Reverend Kristen for the Unity Basics class that starts on Tuesday, August 4th at 4 p.m. This class is open to everyone, and all 3 sessions are required to become a member of our spiritual center. Would your body appreciate a stretch break and your mind an infusion of calm? Join Alexandra de Avalon for mindful yoga on Monday, August 10th at 10 a.m. She'll guide us in a 20-minute simple yoga and breathing session that is calming and rejuvenating. This will be an ongoing class and is easy and great for beginners. Anxiety is high in our culture right now, but there is a way back to more inner peace and ease. Join Reverend Connie Habash for an introductory workshop and 6-week class that will help us to overcome stress and anxiety. Connie has created a special message about the workshop and class. Let's watch.
Hello, Unity of Walnut Creek. I'm Reverend Connie Habash, and I'm so delighted to be bringing a workshop to you in August that I think can make a big difference in your life. I know what I'm presenting has in mind and in the lives of my clients. 2020 has been crazy, right? Challenging, stressful, maybe anxiety-provoking, maybe bringing up even worry or fear. And I'm going to be sharing with you the first 3 keys in my book, Awakening from Anxiety, where we can learn some palpable tools that you're going to actually practice to be able to help return you to your natural calm and confident state within. And if that really speaks to you, then we're going to do a 6-week series following it where you can go deeper into this and really practice it and live it in your life. Plus, you'll learn some of the other keys from my book on not only how to return to calm and being confident and trusting in the divine, but how those very challenging emotions themselves actually can be a doorway to greater spiritual awakening. So I hope you'll join me. The workshop is on Saturday, August 2nd from 4 to 6 p.m. online, wherever you are. And so is the 6-week series. It'll start on Monday, August 10th. I look forward to meeting you and together creating a more calm and confident life for ourselves. Many blessings.
Registration is required for the workshop and class, so please visit our website and reserve your spot. Connie's book is available on Amazon or in Unity's bookstore. Please see our website for how to contact our bookstore managers, to purchase books for our workshops, and for a full listing and login information for all our events.
If you are not receiving our weekly e-news, use the connection card link on the Watch Live page to sign up and to stay informed. Following our service today, we invite you to log on to Zoom at about 12:45 for a virtual patio conversation. Prayer chaplains are also available to pray with you at that time in a private space.
Now let's move into our time of meditation. And while we do, I wanted to invite you to hold our world in our hands and in our hearts. So let's just take a minute and get grounded. Take a deep breath and allow yourselves to feel yourself in this present moment, embracing yourself and the world at this time. Take another deep breath. I want you to join us in our statement of faith that there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God.
Now let's prepare for a time of meditation. We'll start with an original poem by David Peterson. Then we'll have some music, some meditation, and silence. Please join us.
Nobody's experiment. In the silence of an inductive reality, yes, I am getting on board the next train, making my dreams happier. Endless possibilities are my truth. Orchestrating in the new found silence, watching worlds collide, altering the perspective, my choice, my dream, my multiverse, occupying all space. Why not? Letting my DNA fabricate itself. A new world, a new math, dead and alive, cause and effect. A new biology, a new driver, not going into the box. Ever.
I listen to the forest in cathedrals made of trees, and to the twilight vespers as the sun falls to its knees. I listen to the echoes of the ageless canyon walls, and to the stained glass worship of the rainbow as it calls. Be still and know, be still and know, be still and know that I am God. I listen to the whisper of the river as it flows, and to the swirling ballet of 1,000 flakes of snow. And when I hear the eagle's wings repeat a soaring prayer, and when the falling stars cry out, I know that God is there. Be still and know, be still and know, be still and know that I am God. Each of these a silent choir, a wordless hymn of praise. The language is unspoken, yet heard in many ways. A soundless sanctuary
As we settle back and appreciate the music and what it brings to our soul, as it lifts our wings to feel the air underneath and to know that the sun and God is there with us wherever we go. I listen to the forest and cathedrals made of trees, to the twilight vespers as the sun falls to its knees. As we relax, we imagine the echoes of the ageless canyon walls, to be still, just to be still, just for a few moments, and know that God is with us. And as we relax in the stillness, we imagine the whisper of the river as it flows, the eagle's wings that repeat a soaring prayer. We open our hearts to imagine what that prayer would be for us, for our growth, for our vision looking forward. As we are still in this moment, let's take a breath and breathe the Spirit of God within us that lights up our heart space, that lights up our heart space. We give thanks for that heart space. We give thanks for that location in our bodies that is the connection point with God and all there is. Just breathe in again and give thanks for that heart connection. It feels and glows. Let's just breathe for a few moments into the silence and know that all is well. as we feel the music move, the tones and the melodies. We notice that our heart space is calm, and there is a language unspoken. Meeting God in the silence, to just be still and know, is a very powerful thing to do in this moment and in every moment. We have a peaceful intention on our heart space. We give thanks for this time in the stillness, to know that God is with us, through us, and we are grateful to be a part of the Spirit that knows us so well. Be still and know that I am God.
Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Am I willing to change my inner guard, my old habits and ideas, with a new vision, a new creation of myself in the world? It may seem difficult to be open at times, with new messages we receive every single minute. But there is a guard at the gate, an inner guard that seeks safety, keeps us aware of all our surroundings, and makes sure that everything we do and don't do, along with self-talk, is limited in order to keep ourselves safe and comfy. We are called to be willing to get beyond our resistances in order to grow and to have a more fulfilling life. With all that, we still invent thoughts that keep us stressed and worried from day to day, which creates the energy that draws towards us all that are dreams and fears that may come true. This keeps us small and unwilling and unable to move. The television news, shows, and movies that play out our worst fears somehow come to life because we are powerful manifestors. What we engage in, what we watch, helps us to manifest what there is in front of us. I am in partnership with God. I am in partnership with God. That is my go-to affirmation. This knowledge empowers me to release thoughts that no longer serve me, that may be self-defeating, and focus on those ideas and experiences that feed me and inspire me. As I trust in the higher power that is always at work in my life, my faith grows and my awareness of the blessings of God deepens. The blessings of God deepens as I focus on that. Doesn't that sound good? I have a conviction of this because I am a longtime Unity student and I do the best that I can with my affirmations. This was not always the case, especially when I was young. Growing up in a Catholic environment was a very frightful time for me as a youngster. People in our church were not friendly, and no one stepped out of line for the wrath of the strap or the ruler was on its way. My parents were delighted when the nuns exacted punishment. The nuns were not my friends, and the unfriendly old God dude was the kingpin. I remember back in Catholic school when I was in 3rd grade with my buddy Chris. We were in this snack line, and there was this big table of apples. And I stopped and I went to get an apple. And from behind that stack of apples, a nun appeared with a giant habit and sneered at me and pointed down and said, "Only take one apple. God is watching." Well, I was terrified and frozen, but I slowly took one apple and went down the line. And as we got down there, what appeared was this giant plate of chocolate chip cookies. And immediately my friend Chris behind me says, "Take all the cookies you want. God is watching the apples." But that's the way it was then. God was very separate from us, and he would appear whenever the nun said God was there to keep us in line. Very unpredictable. The program equaled survival. Catholicism and the importance of it for both my parents created a muscle memory in my body, just like my other automatic systems like heart beating and breathing. When young, we create reactions and ideas that may no longer apply in adulthood. Yet we play them out, not even knowing where they came from. But by the time I was 17 years old, most of my family had passed. I lost my grandmother, my father passed suddenly, and both my grandfathers. There was no church help, there was no advice, and when I was 18, I was out on my own, no support. That was tough, and I was hungry. But there was a definite, obviously, changing of the guard that was beyond my control or expectation. I thought I had my survival skills all figured out for the way things were supposed to go. But now whatever I thought I knew was in pieces all over the highway. They meant nothing. Later, back in the early 90s, my wife Diane and I were invited by her parents to join them at a Unity church in Sacramento. We were living in the Central Valley at the time. It was the church where ministers Phil and Dorothy Pearson had built. Phil and Dorothy also had a TV show called The Best Is Yet to Be. We had a great time at that church. I took a lot of spiritual education classes and learning all I could about the Unity founders and philosophy. This was very new to me. And with Unity, a new revelation for me. I can talk to God directly. I am part of God and God is part of me? What? I mean, this was crazy. This was awesome. My whole life changed on every single level, knowing that I could actually have a relationship with God directly. This was so new to me. After we moved to the Bay Area in '98, we joined a small Unity church and dedicated our energies to making it go. The Unity message was the most important in our lives. I was on the church board, and before long I was helping to hire a new minister. And my wife Diane, she started a choir, and she was the choir director for 6 years. It was an amazing time of spiritual learning and growth. After graduation as a licensed Unity teacher, serving our Unity church for over 12 years, my heart was on fire to finish my education and become an ordained Unity minister, just like Phil Pearson. I was all set on going to the Unity seminary in the Midwest. My bags were packed. Then I stopped and I meditated on this move. And I listened to a different idea. And I found a seminary in Berkeley that had a vast, wonderful education opportunity. And I enjoyed it very much. I was grateful for the new choice and the experiences. And of course, my lovely wife, Diana, was glad that I didn't run off to Kansas City. After being ordained as an interfaith minister in 2012, I served as a chaplain at Kaiser and a church in Danville for a number of years, leading Sunday services, serving as board president for 2 years, and again, hiring ministers. But we are glad to be back with our Unity inspiration and friends the last couple years. Unity of Walnut Creek is a bright light in this valley, and we can make it even brighter. With all the complications of the world going on right now, there is more external and internal need for new changing of the guard. New ideas and new visions are needed. As we change the guard of our old thoughts and move into our heart space, getting out of the mind that keeps wrapping itself around the imaginary axle over and over and over again, drawing us into anxiety, choose instead to disengage. Be good to yourself. which means giving your heart what it needs to calm down. Pray. Notice that nothing bad is happening right now. Pray to your higher spirit, to God. Dear God, help me to center and get this anxiety out of my body, my system, because it causes really harsh results, which creates a new level of anxiety of that inner circus that ramps up. I call it the inner circus. If emotionally I'm not feeling well, then mentally I'm not feeling well, then physically I'm not feeling well. It's a constant feedback loop with all systems on board. We are expert at that. There are an infinite number of things that we can do, that should do, to keep our minds open, enjoy life, and be positively challenged. We love to be challenged, don't we? Some of you take long hikes in nature, ride bikes, exercise. Some of you may love to write your morning pages. They're great stories about our own lives. I wasn't much of a writer, only technically with my work. Yet some energetic thoughts and feelings need to be expressed somehow, and it can be done through various creative arts of different kinds. The point is to move the internal energy that is stored and builds up in the body and causes heaviness and stiffness, especially over time if we don't move it. For years I have engaged in creative arts to shed some of the inner mud, as I call it, some of the inner mud to manifest either on the paper or on the canvas. It cannot be put into words. Whatever comes up, whatever images, whatever colors, there's no words involved here. But it was through the creative arts expression that opened my heart to see and experience the vastness of who each of us are, and also informed me that I am going into ministry. I wanted to carry that into ministry. That was my inspiration, and it consistently and still is part of who I am. Now I would like to share a little bit of that with you. This one shows the circus life that we live, always balancing from one act to another, with the need for many exterior faces, depending on the situation, of course. Does this image resonate with you? Which face is the real you? Which face is the authentic you? Because we spend a lot of time deciding which face to wear in different situations, and it takes up a lot of our energy. This is a painting that I did that shows a few things about a person being of happy service. Being of service gives us joy. The water in the painting represents the flow of life, the energy of life. And out of the head, the flow of God energy, which we are all made of God energy and stars, unlimited. The bird on the back is where the anxiety is stored. The heaviness that keeps us planted. The challenge is to knock that bird off whenever we can or whenever we're aware of it. A few pointers or suggestions to help us Unitics get happier with our lives, ways to change the guard and be more fearless. Number one, be willing to give up a few old habits. They are stuck in your body and they sprout up at times that are just not helpful. Meditate, get quiet, and listen for answers. Also, be willing to create new habits. Take up something different and practice each day the same time for just 3 weeks. Not a big commitment. Learn a new language, practice creative arts of some type, draw with your left hand. Something that is interesting and engaging without the TV. The key is separating from the addiction of TV for at least a few minutes a day. That is really key to keeping up our energies. Another big thing that works for me is getting out in the sunshine. Look out and appreciate the life-giving breath and energy coursing through our veins every single minute. It's a miracle that we are here. It's a miracle that we are here communicating and supporting each other in this very moment. Recognize that. Just take a moment and appreciate it. My son-in-law has a business in Walnut Creek called the Human Optimization Center. It's a big word for, they offer various methods to help relieve pain and reduce inflammation in the body. One item there is called the cryo chamber. It's like a big refrigerator, and they drop the temperature down to about minus 150 degrees below zero. And you put on your little hat and your mask and you get in there for 2 to 3 minutes. The first time I saw that, my mind said, not me. No way. I could die in there. I hate the cold. What are these people thinking? What are they thinking? Was that my outside voice? Even my son-in-law's 72-year-old mother was enjoying how good she felt after spending 2.5 minutes a week in the cryo chamber. Well, I decided I was going to take charge, and I was going to get into that chamber no matter what my self-talk was going on. I jumped in with my favorite rock song playing, and behold, I found the experience exhilarating. When in the cryo chamber, your blood energy goes back into the core for a short period of time. And when you get out, that blood energy goes back out, and it feels really great. It takes care of the circulation, the aches and the pains and all those things that helps relieve that inflammation. Once being out and happy to be alive and feeling so well, I told my ego, okay, see who's boss now. I'm in charge, not you, at least for those 3 minutes. Every time you act on something that your ego mind says, no, I don't think so, take charge, change the guard. The practice of meditation and doing these therapies helps our natural human system to do the healing, which is magnificently powerful. Call on God, the Great Spirit, the magnifier of all beings in the world, the energy of the sun and the moon to help you to be willing to see the world in new ways. Only through our own individual heart work can the world change for us all. I believe it is our calling to be challenged, to grow in the world, to discover the greatness of who we are, moving us beyond our easy comfort. Be fearless.
To walk the highway of life without a safety net, to follow something even bigger than my pride, to show up with courage even when I'm trembling inside. And I will not worry about what others think of me, and I will not be shackled by the chains of conformity. I'll break the mold that in the past, keep pushing till I'm free at last. I'll follow
Thank you for that video to inspire us to be more fearless. God is at the heart of who we are. As we put our mind and heart on greater things, then the world is blessed, is moved, and is affected by the manifestation of our vision put into action. God not only inspires our vision, God also enters in and supports our growth in that vision as we make steps forward, overcoming our own safe, comfy self-talk. There is a famous story about a block of marble back in the 1400s that was deemed flawed. It was too long and narrow to be valuable, and it sat worthless for over 40 years until a young man came along and saw something very different. He had a greater vision for that block of marble, and inside this massive stone, the young sculptor saw heroic beauty, grace, and wonder of a man who would become known as David. Young Michelangelo famously said, "I already saw David inside. I only had to release him by chipping away at the marble that trapped him in." We can change our future as well by simply changing our vision for it. It is said that we are not limited by our abilities or by our current circumstances. We are only limited by our vision of what can be, a call to be something more. When we change our inner guard, we find that God is with us wherever we go. I have another painting I'd like to show you today. This is my unfinished painting, just like me, unfinished and opening to new possibilities. The base is heavy with old beliefs and emotions. The sculptor chips away as I forgive, as I listen, and I follow God's direction as best that I can. The sculptor is helping to emerge the rest of me more completely. As I meditate on this image, there are two questions that came up to me and also for your consideration. As I meditated on this image, there are two questions that come up for me and also for your consideration. We can't get answers unless we ask our higher power, right? The first question is, what wants to be revealed in order to support the ease and grace of a new vision? What wants to be revealed for a new vision? And hand in hand with the second question, what am I called to release in order to embrace my ultimate work in the world? Whatever it may be, the journey, if taken to reach a purposeful goal, which could be a joy, a feeling, a place, is all it takes to build a new direction and a new life. But we have to be willing to change the guard to look beyond it. I believe we are all part of the wilderness of the infinite flow of ideas and creativity. We're just part of it. And the art of growth begins with the willingness to open up to deep listening and the activation of our faith. We can choose to observe a dangerous and frightful outlook wherever we go, or we can choose to accept the world as a diverse, friendly place in which we can learn to interact and support each other. If one is willing to be open, then changes can be made. One small step at a time, one authentic conversation at a time, to crack the door of our own limiting beliefs, to open just a bit. I encourage each one of us to take just 10 minutes a day for God Radio instead of the alternatives. God Radio is in the heart. As we do ask our own hearts, what wants to be revealed and what wants to be released in order to change our inner guard of old ideas and habits, to create a new vision, to create a new us in the world. One of my favorite Marianne Williamson quotes, "We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us." It's not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Because with God, all things are possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, for that wonderful message. I always appreciate being reminded that the presence of God is always at hand and that I can make a personal connection whenever I need to realize the divinity within me. Whether you have a joy or concern on your heart today, our prayer chaplains are available to provide prayer support during our virtual patio conversation after the service. You can also contact them at any time by phone or email. Please complete a connection card. You can find that on the Watch Live page at the Unity of Walnut Creek website and click on prayer request at the bottom of the homepage. Our prayer team will be praying with you throughout the week.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. Our spiritual home thrives with your continued generosity. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
In addition to sending your checks through regular mail, you can direct deposit from your bank. There are also 2 ways you can give online. First, you may click on the Donate button on the Watch Live page, or download the Give app. Give is spelled G-Y-V-E.
I invite you to repeat our prosperity affirmation together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I received. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Every time I think the world is going crazy, it changes in a blink and hits us when we're lazy. Life is never what it seems. We hang on tightly to our dreams, but change can start something from within. Everywhere I go, there's happiness and heartache. It forces us to grow and leave the past in our way. Some things are never meant to be. Move on so you can best break free and change can start something from within. Shine a light like the full moon on a silver sea. The ocean is where I like to be. Change is in sight, like the ship that's on the horizon. The sun in the east is rising, waiting for me. Every day's a gift, a chance to start again. Give the soul a lift, to be your own best friend. Time may not be on our side, so take it far, enjoy the ride. Change to start something
Thanks again to our extraordinary musicians for sharing their beautiful music with us today. Now, as we bless our offerings, we bless the giver and the gift, that it may go forth and multiply and increase the good in our lives and the lives that we touch. Together, we give thanks for the ever-increasing constant flow of absolute good in our lives now.
So we want to take a moment and bless our frontline workers and our activists at this time. So join me together and say, frontline workers and activists, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. Our children meet every Sunday on the Zoom platform, and it's delightful to think that they're given the space to meet together and to realize their divine light as children. Let's take a look.
Hi Unity, it's Michelle and Maddie and Millie, the 3 M's, and
Gus.
That one G. The G. And we're going to share a song with you about how to make your world happy using your words. Okay, are we ready? Hey. Words are powerful, powerful things. They can make the world around you happy and green. They can make the world around you sad and blue. Your world is created by the words you choose. Words are powerful, powerful things. They can make the world around you happy and green. They can make the world around you sad and blue. Your world is created by the words you choose. Yay, good job, girls. Thanks, Gus. We love you, Unity. We love you.
We miss you.
Miss you. We
Love
bless you. We're sending you love. Ready?
We have a wonderful children's program, and we just want to take a minute to acknowledge the teachers and the children who participate in it. Let's bless our children and their teachers. Together, children and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
Please join me in saying the prayer of protection. As we do, let's hold all of humanity in mind. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine.
Stick around to the end of service. We have community member selfies you won't want to miss. We want to see you too, so please send your selfies or a silent waving video to office@unityofwalnutcreek.org. And now, let's all join together and sing our peace song.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure to be with you.
To close, remember that you are the light, the love, and the peace on earth right now.
So let your light shine. Have fun and spread joy.
There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. I kept on looking for the answers. Were they behind some hidden door? Then I woke up one Sunday morning. It was me that I was looking for. There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. So many things to be thankful for. All of this and so much more. There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. I go within to talk to Spirit, trusting in the truth, nothing to fear. I wait upon that voice to answer. I see my good, my vision's clear. There is one life, there is one love, there is one infinite presence. I am one with God, I am one with God. There is one life, there is one love.
Thank you.